So Joe Burrow spoke today. He talked about the offseason, the contract extension, but more importantly, he talked about headband. So let's listen up Joey B and what he has to say.
Lazy guy, sit at home all day.
Where's the headband?
When I'm working out, I definitely wear it. Hair's getting a little long, too long to not.
Any other particular reason why? Just kind of let it go?
Yeah, I needed something new. Had that same haircut for a while. Decided to change it up. We'll see how it goes.
What have you done since the end of last season or now? I mean, what have you kind of spent your time doing in the offseason?
You know, just like any year, you build your body back up, find strength where there were weaknesses, and then you start throwing as you get closer to this time of year. So we've been throwing for a couple weeks, and you're finding where you can improve, and find little things every year that you think can help you win.
When you reflected on it, just how do you feel like you were as a quarterback last season, and when you thought about it, like the steps you took and the ways you evolved?
Yeah, I think I had my best year last year. I think I've improved every year, and still a lot of room to grow. There's always room to improve every off season, every game, every week. You just try to find a way to get better every year.
Is there something particular about your game that you like the most? Any specific aspect of it that you were really proud of looking back?
I think I just became more aware of situational football, aware of when I can take a sack, when I can't, finding the back, when maybe I can make a play in a certain moment, when in a different part of the game I would not try to make that play. And I think I took strides there, and I think there are more strides to take in that area.
You received any feedback from quarterbacks this offseason who are maybe done playing? Do you go to that well for knowledge or reflection on your play?
Not too much, but it's always welcome whenever it does happen. I wouldn't say I seek it out, but there's certain guys that are out of the league now and have played a lot of football and understand the game and can help guys out. And when they do reach out and give you a nugget here or there, you listen and you welcome it.
Physically, are you back to where you were last year pre-surgery, or are you ahead of that?
I would say right now I'm ahead of that. I'm feeling really good, feel strong, feel stable, feel grounded, excited about how my body's feeling.
I know this is a knock on wood thing, but I mean, to have a full, healthy...
Yeah, we said that last year too, man.
I know.
We said that last year.
What could that mean for you? Is that something that is kind of a box you really want to check that could do something for you?
Yeah, I mean, having a full off season and a full training camp is so beneficial in so many ways, and it's just not really something that I've had yet. So I'm excited to hopefully have that this year and be able to make those strides in camp, whereas last year I was just trying to get back to where I was pre-camp. And so I'm excited to find that improvement during those 4 to 6 weeks when I haven't really had that yet.
Do you have a specific goal in mind, Joe, in terms of the muscle mass you put on and everything? Do you have a goal in mind? Have you achieved it at this point, or are you still working toward it?
No, I wouldn't say I had a specific goal. It's always just feeling as good and as strong and as healthy as you can going into the year. And, I have a great trainer that, really thinks about my body and watches my game and understands what part of my body can get stronger and get more stable. And so I'm really, really lucky to have my trainer is Dak, really lucky to have him. I've been training with him since I was in high school now, and so he really understands my body and what I need to do to improve and stay at this level.
Do you feel like your throwing velocity has increased?
Yeah, I feel like that's getting better every year. I try to improve every area of my game every off season. It's not like I go into an off season and there's obviously specific things that you want to work on, but as a whole, I'm working on every part of my game, every part of my body to just improve it all, and that hopefully will in turn create more consistency and make me a better player.
Obviously, there's a lot of chatter about kind of your contract situation as you're up for an extension. How involved are you in kind of those talks and giving input, and is there a timeline in which you'd like to see that potentially done by?
Yeah, I'm involved. That's, it's in the works. That's not really something that I like to play out in the media. That's something, just the way I think they want to do business. I want to do business. We prefer to keep that between us.
On that note, is there something that matters to you most with that? Like, because there's a million different ways that these things can be sliced. Is there something that is the main thing that you want that matters to you with this deal?
I think there's a lot of different ways it could work out. We'll see how it plays out.
How cognizant are you of, there's obviously a lot of you guys in your draft class, Jamar's going to be up next year. As you're going through these and kind of giving input, how cognizant are you of being able to kind of keep the core together and being able to allocate that? How much is that maybe top of mind, if any, as you go through this?
Yeah, it's definitely, whenever you have guys on the team that need to be paid, that's always on your mind. You want that to be a focal point, and so we're working to make that happen.
Joe, when you look at the last couple of seasons, especially the big games that you've been in, when you think forward to this upcoming season, how do those losses help fuel you and just keep that motivational drive towards that ultimate goal for you?
Yeah, we know what it takes to get there. We've been there, done that. Haven't quite gotten over that last hump yet, and so that's where we're headed. Whatever we got to do to make that happen, whether it's, you never know what day in the off season or what thing you worked on is going to end up helping your guys make that last play in that last game to get you over that hump. And so you got to stay disciplined and maintain your work ethic through the entire off season, because, like I said, you never know what opportunity you're going to be put in to make that play.
How has your off-season, specifically workouts, evolved over the past couple of years? Or have they evolved?
Yeah, they do. They evolve every year. I think I'm getting the hang of what I want my off season to look like, what I want my routine to look like, what I want my body to feel like going into camp. Just becoming more aware of my training, my body, how my arm is feeling, how my knees are feeling. We're evolving every year to try to make myself better.
Was your reaction to change anything with your strength regimen at all? I mean, lifting, anything like that, or running, or is there anything?
No, not too much. There's little things that we change every year that, like I said, I trust my guy to make those decisions, and there's certain things that I want to work on and get stronger every year too. So I make that known, and we go from there.
What was your reaction to the Orlando Brown signing? Were you surprised that Bengals made such a splash on the offensive line after spending so much last year?
Yeah, it was exciting. He's been everything you could hope for so far. He's a great locker room guy, big, strong, athletic. Things are going great. Love that guy. So I'm excited to get out there and play with him.
What about your foundation? I know with SNAP benefits going back to pre-pandemic levels, have you guys seen more of a need as far as people with food insecurity? Yeah, I think that's obviously a big focus of the foundation, and then also mental health, and then also just broad things that we think we could help with, whether it's medical bills or scholarships or whatever it may be to help people. I think we have our main focuses, and then things that also at our discretion we think could help people. Is there more of a need right now than you think before, like during the pandemic? I don't know if I would say more of a need. I think there's always a need in different parts of the country to help those kinds of people that need it. But those are always things that are on our mind.
Last year was a big year for you off the field, your foundation, different partnerships, all that kind of stuff. Like, what did you learn last year as you kind of took more steps into, getting more things going on off the field? Yeah, just getting more comfortable with the routine of the NFL and, where I can find time to do that kind of stuff. As you get older, you start to have a little more free time. You know what your routine is going to be. You know what the off season is going to look like. You know what the season is going to look like. You know what points of the off season you really need to lock in on your training, and what parts you maybe have a little more off time and you can go do things that you enjoy doing.
A while earlier you said you never know what day is going to make a difference later in the season. Any examples along those lines where some random OTA practice or something you really noticed that it had an impact? Yeah, I mean, you rep these routes and you rep these things in individual, whether it's a certain off-schedule play or throw or an arm slot or a pocket movement that you got. And like I said, you never know when it's going to come up during a game. And when the defensive linemen win in certain ways and your body's in a different way and every play is unique, and so you really have to have an imagination in your training in the off season to prepare yourselves for those moments, because
you can take a 3-step drop and throw the out route on time every time, but that's not reality in the NFL. You're going to have some imagination in the off season by yourself with your guys on air to make those reps count.
Obviously, the Orlando Brown signing was exciting, like you mentioned, but it meant a position change potentially for Jonah Williams. I'm sure you've talked to him. What have those conversations been like, and how has that been talked about?
Yeah, we love Jonah. Jonah's been a big part of our success for the last couple of years, and so, hopefully we have him back. But, business is business, and whatever Jonah thinks is best for his career is what he's going to do, and we'll support him in whatever he decides.
What can Irv Smith bring to the table this year?
Irv's first of all, he's upstairs all day, every day, learning the offense, watching tape with James, and so that's exciting to hear. And he's looking smooth, big, strong, athletic, smooth hands, so we're excited to have that guy.
What did you think when they added Charlie Jones and Chase Brown? How have they kind of looked in practice so far?
Yeah, I thought all the guys we've signed on offense that are rookies have looked really good so far. There haven't really been any major busts as far as running the wrong route or anything like that. And so that's the first step, learn the offense, and then, as they start to do that, they're going to start to play faster and more sure of themselves, but they've looked very smooth so far, catching the ball, running the ball, have a good feel for it.
Being in your 4th year, is it kind of different working with guys who are coming out of college, joining the offense, like kind of teaching them in some ways? Is it different versus first couple years where you run the offense?
No, I wouldn't say it's different. I would say this is kind of the first year that I haven't really known anybody coming out in the drafts. So you're meeting a lot of new people and a lot of new faces on the first day that you weren't really sure of, but everyone is fit right in, and they're going to continue to find their place on the team.
Coach Taylor has talked a lot about the continuation of this staff. What was your reaction knowing that you have Dan back, you have Brian back, despite them being in a lot of talks with others?
Yeah, that was big for us. Both those guys have played an integral role in what we're doing here and have helped me throughout the week, given me knowledge and nuggets and on game day as well. So, when you have so much carryover in your staff, it makes life on me a lot easier.
Being tight with Josh, have you talked to him at all, knowing that he went through the contract stuff and all that as he kind of went through that offseason? How much do you pick his brain about kind of how that was like and what he was like during the process?
No, I haven't really talked to him about it. I'm pretty clear on what I want and in the contract and what I think is best for myself and the team. And so, we're on the road to making that happen.
Is having kind of the way that T and Jamar came up big in that AFC title game when you needed them, was that an example of kind of why you kind of keep maybe those guys top of mind as you go through all this?
Yeah, you got to have good players. You can't. You see, it doesn't matter how good your quarterback is if you don't have good players around him. You're not going to be a very good team.
You had a change in the quarterback room. You have a good quarterback room for your career. A little bit of a change now. What's your reaction to the addition and moving on of others?
Yeah, Trevor's fit right into the culture that we've built in that room. So, that's always the one part that you're not sure of when there's a change. You get used to the culture and interacting in that room, and he's fit right in. So that's been great.
This at the start of OTAs last year, you said you're expecting more cover 2 and you're going to have to be better in all the situations, and that's exactly what happened over the course of the season. Do you have a hunch on what 2023 is going to look like?
Yeah, I don't know this year. We'll see. I think we started to get teams were playing us so differently every week. We're just going to have to be great at adapting, like we have been, and we got the great coaching staff up there that has been through it, that understands those adjustments, and now we have reps under our belt as far as players wise. Maybe if we see something on the field, we can come off and vocalize that a little faster now that we have more reps under our belt.
What was the reaction like? It's kind of not football related, but going viral after the outsign yet?
Yeah, that was fun. I was happy I was there. That was fun.
What's that vibe like when you're in there? It's it's a big event. There's a lot of other people. Sam was there with you. What's that feeling like when you're at a fight?
It's different from football and basketball and all. I guess I haven't been to a basketball game in a while, but you're right up close to the action, and it's life or death in there. So it's it's a different vibe for sure. It's a lot of fun to go to.
Do you take any training? Do you implement any of that stuff in your training?
No. Can't have any broken hands out there.
Joe, when you look at the potential of this team, obviously a lot of new faces, does it feel like you've had these 3 seasons under your belt, does it feel like you're going into year 4?
Yeah, I'm feeling really comfortable, but like you said, whenever you have a lot of new faces, you do have to kind of find what your culture is going to be like as a locker room. You have a lot of new faces in there, a lot of new rookies, a lot of new faces on defense. So you have to build that culture from the ground up, and that's what this time right now is all about. Just getting around the guys, getting to know them, getting to know who they are as people, who they are as players, and finding their place on the team and building that culture.
Can you confirm or deny that you tried UFC moves on Jamar?
Yeah, we mess around every now and then.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Thanks Joe.
All right. Shout out to, by the way, Cincinnati Bengals Talk for posting this. But
we're headed.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's why I freaking love Joe Burrow. He's so chill and relaxed. I mean, listen, okay? I have seen millions upon millions of press conferences by quarterbacks in my lifetime. Carson Palmer, Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco, Matt Stover, oh my gosh, Trent Dilfer, all of them. Andy Dalton, Ben Roethlisberger. I've seen him millions. He's very precise with his words. Where, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, there's a lot of quarterbacks when they do press conferences. You can kind of tell when they're bullshitting you up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're up there, they're saying stuff, but you're like, I don't think you really know what you're saying, man. I think you're just talking out of your butt there. He is so precise with every word, and he doesn't say that much. That's what I do like about Joe, is Joe is quick and to the point. He tells you the information, he tells you it in a very accurate way, and he moves on. Rather than getting up there and trying to, kind of go around in circles or say too much stuff that doesn't need to be said. Very precise at that. Now, I do like about watching his press conferences, or pretty much anyone else's, is just how precise the guy is. The headband, I mean, the man's hair is a little bit, it's a little bit crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you, the headband's definitely crazy. Great to hear, though, Irv Smith is studying and getting better. And, again, a lot of things about Irv Smith is, as long as he can stay healthy, Irv Smith can be one of the best tight ends in the league. He could be a top 5 tight end in this game if he can stay healthy. That's the only issue, is if he can stay healthy. It's never been an issue that Irv Smith is not a good tight end. I don't think anyone has ever said, oh, Irv Smith is not a good tight end. He's a good tight end. He just can't stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, that is pretty much, the best we can do. Now, we did find out recently that it looks like Jonah Williams will be staying on the team. There'll be no trades. There'll be no getting rid of him. He is going to be competing for right tackle. And he is currently at mandatory OTAs. So that's good, right? That's good to see that, he is kind of just now filling in his role. But I do agree, I think, again, like I said, this is why I love Joe. Joe said it best, that, you know what, I'm not, because he could go up there and talk about Jonah, say stuff about Jonah, whatever. But he said, we want him on the team, and whatever is best for him, he's going to do. Quick, precise, to the point, no bullcrap. Just gives you the answer. I'm not trying to fanboy over him, but I do like this guy. He's my man's. This is a W quarterback. When you listen to as many Ravens interviews as I have, and hear Lamar Jackson sit up there, and half the time the stuff he's saying, you're just like, what? That didn't even answer the question. You just told us the square root of 49 when he asked you about a third down conversion. Trust me, it's nice to finally hear a quarterback gives you the information and doesn't, dip and dive. But other than that, though, again, obviously knock on wood for him staying healthy. As long as he stays healthy, he is the best quarterback in the NFL, and we're going to win a Super Bowl this year. So, not bad at all. Can't wait to, get into the season. I know we still got 2 months before the season, guys. Well, 2.5 months before the season, but we're getting there. Every day is one day closer to the season. Peace out.